Hello everyone and welcome to another edition of Inside Leatherneck Athletics. I'm Adam Yinkst and joining me today is the head coach of our Leatherneck softball team, Coach Holly Van Vlymen. Thank you for coming in today,
Thank
Coach.
you for having me.
All right, so the Leathernecks so far are currently 2-7. They couldn't pull off a win at the Iowa State Invitational. The team went 0-5. Better news this last weekend, however, as the team went 2-2 at the Auburn Invitational. Do the Leathernecks have what it takes to win the Summit League tournament when May rolls around?
Absolutely. Yeah, I think that, I knew starting the season that it was going to be a little bit of a slow start. We lost pretty much our starting infield from last year to this year and our starting pitchers. So, I knew it'd be kind of a growing process. So I'm not discouraged at all by the beginning of our season, and the good thing is that we've gotten better every single game that we've played. So I definitely think that we've got a chance to win the tournament at the end of the season.
What would you say are the team's greatest strengths and greatest weaknesses?
Our team plays with passion and heart, and that's our biggest strength right now, is that they never say die. We could be down by 8 runs or, more at, like going into the bottom of the, 6th or 7th inning, and they're still, up, they're getting hits, they're getting on base, they haven't rolled over and given up, and that's something that we definitely play with. I think our hitting has definitely come around, and we've started to put hits together, and we had a lot of runners on base this last weekend, so this week, the next 2 weeks, actually, we're going to work on scoring those runners. So that's definitely a highlight. And I think our defense, they've been playing really solid, behind our pitchers and everything. So I think, we're going to be good.
How does this year's team compare to last year's? Like, what major changes have taken place?
A lot. Like I said, we lost our starting third base, shortstop, second base, our 2 starting pitchers. So that's a pretty good chunk of our infield that we lost last year. So we've got a bunch of newcomers there this year, and they're doing a great job. But it's just last year, those players had played together for 4 years. Julian Ferg had played third and short for 4 years together. They came in as freshmen, and that's where they were for all 4 years. And Cameron and Lori were here for all 4 years pitching on the mound. Lori played second base for us. And Anna Copeland was there part-time, and she's there full-time this year, so that's good. But I think that's definitely a huge difference. And, not having our 2 starting pitchers from last year to this year. So now I've got, Ashley Campbell and Kelsey Michelini, who their role previously had been as relievers, where they'd come in and finish out a game. Now their role is as starters. So they're definitely working through that. But, Ashley Campbell had a great weekend, and Kelsey Michelini is rolling around as well. So.
Megan Kelly's 3-run homer in the bottom of the 8th was huge and got the Leathernecks that win over the Campbell Camels. Yeah. Not to mention it was her first collegiate home run. Do you see a bright future for Megan Kelly?
Absolutely. She is one of the most coachable players that I've ever had. You could be out there, you could tell her something, she'll be like, okay, coach, and she'll do it. And she just, has a never say die. She's one of the athletes that's coming in a couple times a week, getting extra help with her swing, extra help with her defense, and she's just going to continue to get better and better. And I was so happy. I was just hoping for a little line drive in the, 5-6 hole to score a runner from second base, and she came up and just launched that ball over the outfield fence. So I was very proud of her, and she definitely has a bright future.
With 7 freshmen on the team and 6 seniors on this year's roster, how have the experienced veterans helped out the inexperienced? Have you noticed anything at practices or at games or maybe even off the field?
Absolutely. I don't think the returners really treat the newcomers like they're newcomers. Like they treat them like they're one of their team, and they don't treat them any differently. They have the same expectations, but yet they've taken them under their wing a little bit just to say, okay, this is how we do this, and this is how we do that. And if they make a mistake, they're the first cheerleader there saying, hey, you're fine. We're going to come back and get this next one. So they've definitely helped our freshmen and our newcomers, I guess I should say, get to where they've been. And we've got 2 great captains in Nikki Maronek and Erin Schlofelt. Schlo's our super senior. She's been here for 5 years. So she's done a great job of mentoring them and making sure they're making the correct choices and doing the things they need to do. And Nikki's, just a great leader. So the upperclassmen, I'm very proud of them and what they've done and how they've helped our newcomers get to where they are.
Very cool. Okay, so not this upcoming weekend, but the Leathernecks will be competing in the Ohio University tournament to play Cleveland State and Ohio University. How's the competition looking, and can Western win all 4 games?
I think so. Ohio and Cleveland have definitely had, strong teams in the past, so it's not going to be, where we walk in and just roll over people. But I think that we've got a good chance to go out there and get 4 wins. And we're just going to continue to get better. Like I said, every weekend that we played and every game that we've played, we've gotten better and better and better. And I just think that that's going to continue because we're getting more confidence. They're having fun out there. They're meshing. They're starting to get to know each other. So it'll be nice because that'll be our last weekend before we head into conference play. So we're looking to kind of iron out all the little wrinkles that we have. So when we have Oakland the next weekend, we're good to go. And
as conference play gets closer and closer, do you think the main competitor is going to be North Dakota State?
I do. IPFW's got a good team too, but North Dakota State has really proven, what they can do the past 2 years by winning, the conference tournament and going on to regionals. So I definitely think that they're going to be a huge contender. But, you really can't overlook anybody in our league. They're all out there, and every year I feel like the teams have improved. So it's going to be a fight to the very end.
All right, great. Well, I think that'll just about do it for us here in the studio. Coach Vlymen, thank you for stopping by.
Thank you for having me.
For Inside Leatherneck Athletics, I'm Adam Yingst. Have a great day, and let's go Leathernecks.